Yeah, it's great to be home. Obviously, it's nice to be in front of the home crowd and get to have your family see you play and get a chance to practice here the next couple of days. And it's good. It's always good to be back home.
Obviously, a day where a lot of players on offense had a good night. Was there anyone that really stuck out to you?
I thought Jordan Fusey was really good. He's in the middle of the field and had a bunch of RBIs. That first double that cleared the bases was a big one, just kind of setting the tone there. But I thought he was really good. Cole Barr had a nice day. Cole's a really good player. Good to see him. He's a lot of balls hard. Kind of has some tough luck. Good to see him find some holes and get a few hits. But I thought overall it was a fine job.
And then you guys hit a lot of home runs last year. You led the Big Ten in home runs. You scored 17 here tonight without having to hit any out of the park. How is that for you?
Yeah, and if the ball goes over the fence, that's great. We've always been a staff that tries to play to our strengths, and a lot of the things that you're seeing us do now are things that we installed last year in physical abilities. All of a sudden the ball that goes out of the ballpark now may be a double, but we haven't really changed necessarily what we've done. Certain players, they're able to apply things differently and play the game in a different way. And you're in year two of a system, and guys are able to comprehend and apply the information a little bit differently at times.
Jeff, can you talk about the pitchers? You got the chance to get a lot of guys out there, obviously, today.
Yeah, I thought Cal did a really nice job coming into a tough situation. I didn't think our fastball command was very good outside of Sloan there late. Grant did a really nice job. We didn't play defense behind him, but I thought our fastball command was poor. I didn't think we threw breaking balls very well. We pulled off a lot of pitches, but those guys were good enough to give us good innings, and it was good to see guys get out there, and good to see Ty Bothwell get back out there again. So they'll get better. They'll need to get better and be able to execute pitches at a higher level.
Just following up on that, McCade Brown seemed to come out with some sort of injury or whatever it was. Do you kind of know anything about what that was or everything up front?
I don't. It didn't seem like it was anything serious. Just a precautionary thing, just to make sure he's okay. And like Ken, we talked about last year, we'll always err on the side of caution. And the guys have long careers ahead of them, hopefully, and just make sure he's in a good spot, make sure he's okay.
I guess Cal coming in there without any time in the bullpen, what did you like that you saw from him, just being able to adjust so quick, especially from the senior that's one of the leaders on the team?
Yeah, Cal's a really tough kid and has been from the moment that we got here. And he's the guy that's you just trust. You trust in a tough spot to come in and be able to handle that situation. And he came into exactly what we needed him to do to settle things down and throw strikes and execute. And you guys a chance to kind of get back onto our game plan with David and the rest of those guys.
With Jordan coming in, he had 5 RBIs today. I think that's 13 in 10 games so far. And what do you see from him this off season to kind of make that transition to get to the start that he's had so far?
Well, Jordan is a good player. I've known his family for 10 years. I coached his older brother. And Jordan's been a really good player at his previous school. So I knew he was a talented player. He got off to a bit of a slow start, which is normal, and it takes time to adjust. And he's also made some physical adjustments in the last 10 days that have allowed him to kind of take the next step. And a lot of video breakdown. And he was the one that kind of initiated one or two of the changes and allowed him to be the player that he's capable of being. So I've always had confidence in him, and he's had a track record of doing so, and he's doing for us what I thought he would do, and he'll just need to continue along the path that he's on, not try to do too much and change what he's doing.
10 games in, it's obviously pretty early on in the season, but at least so far, going through some of these tough games, has this team kind of met expectations that you thought it would have at this point of the season?
Well, I don't know that I had necessarily expectations on what we would do as far as the outcome of games, but they have met and exceeded my expectations on the way that we would play the game. It's a really tough group. It's a resilient group. It's a focused and disciplined group, although late there we were pretty unbridled. But they're a group, they just play out 27 outs, and we just compete, and they follow a plan. So when I walk in and I put a game plan in, I'm confident that this group will go out and to the best of their abilities try to execute that game plan. And when you're coaching, and you're coaching kids for the most part, that's all you can ask of them. Just do to the best of your abilities, compete to the best of your abilities, execute the plan, and then trust that the plan will work. And that's what they've done. They've trusted the coaches, and they've trusted each other to just do their job. We don't need heroes. Baseball is not a hero-driven game. It's not a superstar-driven game. It's a fundamental game, and if you follow the fundamentals and you play to that, the math just works out. It just repeats itself over and over. Almost like the algorithm repeats itself over and over. So if you just follow it, it will work over a period of time. And this group buys into that, and they stay very true to that. And that allows your ability to play up, right? If you have two players of equal talent, one deviates from the plan and one stays true to the plan, the guy that stays true will have a better chance to succeed in the long run over a period of 27 outs and 60 games.
I know you talked about last year after a slow start to the season to not kind of think too much of that with how long the season may be. Now you guys are off to a good start, 7-3 now. What are you kind of telling you guys to not be looking ahead, to still keep that same mindset that they might have had last year?
Well, I tell them this year the same thing that I told them last year, that the season is a marathon and it's not a sprint. And I said it before the season started, if we went 0-6 or 6-0, then we're going to cancel the season or give us a national championship. And so we're on a journey. We did a lot of knucklehead things today. We were really bad running the bases. We didn't throw fastballs for strikes. We didn't throw breaking balls very well. We didn't take care of the ball late. We had some things that we have to get better and clean up and go back to work tomorrow. So the scoreboard is the enemy the majority of the time, and we have to be able to continue to improve over the course of 60 games. Just like last year, just like we were under 500 after a month, and you go on to win the Big Ten, and we're going to cancel it, and we have to do the same thing now. We're not at our ceiling. We're not operating at a high enough level, and I don't think we're necessarily close to that now. Do we ever get there? Hopefully, but we have a long way to go before we find out what that is.